Hello everybody, and welcome to the Indianapolis Raceway Park for the Craftsman Truck Series T-Sport 200 and the second to last race of the regular season for 2024 NR2003 Craftsman Truck season. Of course, the two favorites for the championship, Eckes and Heim on the front row, Majewski, Riggs, Enfinger the top five, as we are green and underway here at IRP. Who is going to bring home the victory, and will we see another playoff spot clincher, or two spots currently available on points, currently held by Nick Sanchez and Grant Enfinger coming today, but Enfinger only 8 points above Raja Caruth, who is definitely within pointing distance, as is Matt Crafton, but Eckes clear for the race lead here. Down on the backstretch, just opening lap of racing over Corey Heim second, as Lane Riggs tries to hold on to third, but Christian Eckes leads opening lap of racing here at IRP as we go down into turn 1 and lap number 2. Of course, Corey Heim second behind him. Eckes, your points leader. Corey Heim second. Heim 2 wins, which is the most out of any full-time driver running for the points here in the Craftsman Truck Series. Of course, he has 2. Everyone else has 1. Of course, the multi-time winners are actually Zane Smith in the 91, obviously Corey Heim, and then Kyle Busch in the 7. Now here comes Corey Heim, lap 3 to the inside for the lead. Here comes Corey Heim, last week's winner in Pocono, both in the game and in real life. Sends it in turn 2, almost gets in the back of Christian Eckes. Eckes holds on and will maintain the lead to go to restart here in lap 33 as a crash has taken out the 16 of Johnny Sauter, the 91 of Jack Wood, Ty Dillon, and Jake Garcia out of this race. So it's going to be 9 to go in stage 1. Corey Heim beats Eckes on the restart, clear for the lead. Lane Riggs driving into second, but Johnny Sauter, making Hattori Racing's debut this season, will be crashed out of this race alongside Jack Wood at 91, which has fallen off from its early season success, that 91 truck. Of course, Ty Dillon and Jake Garcia, must-win scenarios coming into today, will continue into Richmond next week. They will both have to win if they want to find their way in the playoffs. So Corey Heim leads now lap 34. The 2 of Nick Sanchez, one of our bubble drivers. Damage on that truck coming down the pit lane under green flag conditions with a problem. It's going to put Nick Sanchez 2 laps down as Corey Heim leads with 4 to go. Now onto the last lap of stage number 1 here at IRP. Corey Heim looking to steal the stage win away from Christian Eckes, who had led for like the first 33 laps of the stage till that caution came out. Then Corey Heim beat him on the restart and has since driven away to a huge gap, almost 2 seconds back to Lane Riggs. As we turn forward the final time in this opening stage of racing, Corey Heim wins stage 1 here at IRP. Lane Riggs second, Eckes, Majewski, and Chastain the top 5, followed by Caruth, Crafton, Sawalich, Enfinger, and Sammy to the top 10. So big points for Enfinger, Caruth, and Crafton over Nick Sanchez. Of course, Corey Heim gets his 8th stage win of the season right here. Now back underway in stage 2, lap 47. Lane Riggs will take the race lead on the outside lane on the restarts. He beats Corey Heim with help from Ty Majewski. Now Lane Riggs leading the way, trying to win his way into the Craftsman Truck Series playoffs. Not quite in a must-win situation yet for Riggs, but basically on the verge of being in a must-win coming to today. So he's doing just that, leading the way here at IRP. Ty Majewski to second. Caution on the racetrack. There is a crash. Big incident in turn 3. Bailey Curry, Spencer Boyd, and Brett Holmes involved. Maybe Taylor Gray as well. So see here down the backstretch, just 3 wide. Tanner Gray, Bailey Curry, Tyler Ankrum gone wrong. Curry goes around, slides right up into the 17 of Gray's path. They collide, and that will bring out the caution. Then, of course, behind him here, Brett Holmes gets dumped by Marco Andretti, and he gets flying up the track, slamming Spencer Boyd into the outside wall hard in that 76 truck. Of course, Boyd, your Daytona race winner, he's in the playoffs, but has had a miserable season since then. See there, Curry just got dumped by Ankrum. Taylor Gray, your Coda winner, nowhere to go, and then Holmes right up into Spencer Boyd. Hard crash, head on to the outside wall for Spencer Boyd. So 4 truck incident here. As you see what happens to Brett Holmes, just got cleaned out by Marco Andretti. Absolutely nowhere for Spencer Boyd to go, and a hard hit for Boyd there. Caution as you go down the front. Oh, the truck speed. It's William Sawalich is around. The 1. Sawalich gets turned by Grant Enfinger in front of the pack. Actually, it was Sammy Smith and Ross Chastain coming together and turning Sawalich right in front of Grant Enfinger, who manages to get checked up and avoid any damage at all, keeping his hopes for punching his ticket to the playoffs and having the points to do so alive as Lane Riggs leads the way. Now Ty Majewski leading here on lap 75, about 27 to go on the stage. Majewski leading the way. Behind him, Corey Heim and Ross Chastain battle for second. Majewski putting Marco Andretti 2 laps down. See up here, look at the 2 of Nick Sanchez trying to stay only 2 laps down, trying to drive away from the leaders back here. Corey Heim on the outside. Chastain trying to make the pass on the back of Luke Fenhouse. Gets into it, and he turns him around, goes Fenhouse. He gets spun by Corey Heim down the front stretch. He saves it, but nonetheless, the caution will come out as Luke Fenhouse goes around off the bumper of Corey Heim. And now Ty Majeski will lead the field back to the caution flag here in the race lead late in stage 2 at IRP. Now it's Lane Riggs leading the way here after a good restart here on lap 86. Christian Eckes behind him in second. See Sammy Smith there. Mason Maggio coming out of pit road. Unfortunately, Sammy Smith lost the lap with this interesting pit strategy here as we follow Corey Heim to make his way back forward there. Chase Purdy counting behind around the outside wall goes Thad Moffitt collecting Taylor Gray, who gets drilled by Bailey Curry in the middle of turn 1 and 2. Just looks like Chastain gets into Majeski, setting him up into Thad Moffitt, and Taylor Gray slams into the back of the 46. They both slam the outside wall. Bailey Curry drilling Taylor Gray. Big contact made. Curry, Taylor Gray going to be destroyed for sure, done for the night. Thad Moffitt should be able to continue, but Taylor Gray and Bailey Curry done after a head-on impact. Curry's engine completely destroyed. Taylor Gray ruined, and Bailey Curry, who had that great run at Nashville, who almost won there, is going to have to win at Richmond if he wants to make the playoffs. Another one of our bubble drivers in a must-win scenario. At the front, though, it is Lane Riggs leading Christian Eckes. Now with some strategy. Of course, Taylor Gray, Curry out of the race. Back underway here. Going to be just 11 laps to go in stage 2. It is Daniel Dye and William Sawalich the front row. Now Sawalich gets a brilliant restart, easily clear for the lead into turn 1. And it'll be William Sawalich to the point, leading his first laps of the night here at IRP. Ben Rhodes going to get by Daniel Dye in a second. Ben Rhodes, of course, he has to win his way in, basically. So he goes, oh, by 3 right, cutting around, goes to 77 to Chase Purdy. He gets turned, slides in front of the field, and oh, he gets slammed by Marco Andretti, and Mason Maggio piles in, nowhere to go. They slam the suspension of Chase Purdy, as Purdy was 3 wide racing with Matt Mills and Corey Heim. They squeeze together. The 77 Purdy gets turned around, but look at all these trucks doing a great job avoiding him until it's too late for Marco Andretti. Piles in there with Mason Maggio. As now we look at the 02 truck of Mason Massey, who also got spun around by Tanner Gray. Just got hooked down the backstretch. Massey spins, back bumper to the inside wall. Not too much damage. Massey should be able to continue. Here IRP got, oh, more just all this. Nick Sanchez around with Stuart Friesen, who gets drilled by Lawless Allen. Friesen in a must-win to make the playoffs. Is running really well before this, and Sanchez just gets clipped by Tanner Gray, trying to avoid him on the bottom of the racetrack, and Friesen gets cleaned out through no fault of his own. That's just been an epitome of his season. It has been rough, and that will take Friesen out for the night, and he'll have one last shot to win at Richmond to make the playoffs for a 3rd straight season. So now we got to restart here on lap 98. 5 to go in stage 2. Daniel Dye now on the front row on the outside of Ben Rhodes. And now Daniel Dye with a great restart on the outside lane. And now Daniel Dye to the lead here at IRP is, of course, Andretti and Friesen out from that crash, the last yellow. But Daniel Dye leading the way, looking for his first stage win of the season. In trouble behind us, Tyler Ankrum gets spun into the inside wall. He goes. No caution, though. We stay green as Ankrum spins out of the way and gets it back going the right direction. But at the front is still Daniel Dye leading the way, but Ankrum just got hooked and spun around there. See Majeski second, Corey Heim on the outside lane, powering into 3rd. Can Majeski track down and pass Daniel Dye for the stage win? Dye trying to take advantage of some late strategy here. Majeski, who dominated the stage, caution. And then we got William Sawalich upside down. Right here, he hooks Lane Riggs head on to the outside wall. Sawalich gets launched up and over by the 66 of Fenhouse. Sawalich lands on his lid, done for the day. Riggs then hits him. Thad Moffitt also involved. Caution is out, which will end stage 2 prematurely, so it will be Daniel Dye winning stage 2 under caution here at IRP, followed by Raja Caruth in 2nd, Ross Chastain 3rd, Grant Enfinger, more points for him in 4th, Eckes Purdy, Mason Massey, then Thad Moffitt in the 46, followed by Lane Riggs in 38, and Tyler Ankrum in the 18, running out your top 10. So huge. 9 more points for Caruth, 7 more for Enfinger, and none for Nick Sanchez at all. It's going to be a very interesting bubble battle as we go back underway here with 84 laps to go. It is Raja Caruth leading over the 9 of Grant Enfinger and the 45 of Ross Chastain, the 71 and the 9. 2 trucks who are fighting at the bubble for that 10th and final spot in the Craftsman Truck Series playoffs. Let's see back here, Sammy Smith, Dean Thompson getting into it, a little bit of physical racing. Sammy Smith forces his way by Thompson there. But yeah, as I was saying, Caruth and Enfinger fighting for that last playoff spot. Only 8 points between them coming into today. Both of them great stage points in both stages compared to Nick Sanchez, who hasn't got any. He's stuck 2 laps down, so having a terrible run. And those two are closing in on him at the cut line. But it's going to be a tight battle, man, especially with them being right now being 1-2, fighting for the win as Corey Heim works the outside of Daniel Dye for 4th place. Your Stage 1 and Stage 2 winners battling it out. Heim takes a position as Raja Caruth leads the way here at IRP. Now on lap 141, here comes the 90 grand Enfinger on the outside of Raja Caruth through lap traffic in 3 and 4. The veteran Enfinger besting the young Caruth with his experience navigating through lap traffic. Now going to get to the outside of the 46 of Thad Moffat, way up the racetrack, almost right against the wall for Great Enfinger, 3 wide for the lead. What a move. Enfinger on the outside lane clears Caruth and takes the lead away at IRP. Enfinger trying to punch his ticket into the playoffs today for the first time since 2022. He missed it last season, now pins Caruth behind Ankrum, and Enfinger has the gap, and now Enfinger's out of the race. Your leader from the lead crashed out here with just 30 laps to go. And a shocking turn of events. Now all of a sudden Enfinger, who looked like he was well on his way to a win and punching his ticket to the playoffs, is out and is going to be in a tough situation to make the playoffs in the regular season finale in 3 weeks at Richmond. And now Corey Heim side by side with Ross Chastain for the race lead here, with 29 now coming to just 28 laps to go here at IRP. Chastain to the point. He takes the lead away from Corey Heim with a great shot from Christian Eckes. Now here we are, just 13 to go. Chastain still leading, Eckes second, Corey Heim in third, Majeski heating him up back there for in the fourth position as they come out of turn 2. Heim gets turned by Majeski. There goes the 11. Heim dumped down the backstretch hard into the inside wall, sent in there by Ty Majeski, and the caution will come out here at IRP as we will toss it here. As NASCAR now, we toss the yellow as Corey Heim gets junked here at IRP, and Majeski gains a spot through the whole process. Eckes will be second. Chastain will lead the field back to the caution flag with just 11 laps to go as the drama continues to build here at IRP. As 2 of your top contenders have crashed out, and Enfinger wrecking out, and then Corey Heim still in the race in 6th but getting wrecked. And now Majeski, Eckes front row back underway, just 6 to go in IRP. Who is going to find their way to victory lane? Majeski, a brilliant restart, clear of Christian Eckes as Majeski tries to drive away to his 2nd win of the season after dumping Corey Heim to put himself in this position for an opportunity back here. You got Lawless Allen wall riding out of turn 2. As Nick Sanchez stuck in a 3-wide sandwich, is trying to salvage whatever points he can here late in this race. But it is Majeski comfortably leading over Lane Riggs now into 2nd, putting himself in a position to punch his ticket in with an upset win. Eckes there in 3rd, Heim in 4th. But can Majeski hold on and bring home the victory here at IRP? He's been so strong all day long. He dominated Stage 2, but getting good stage points today as Majeski comes out of turn 4. Caution! With 4 to go, the caution comes out. A big crash. Connor Daly, Luke Fenhouse, and Spencer Boyd in turn 3 at the back of the pack. A huge pile up. And this is going to change everything here at IRP. This is going to send us to NASCAR overtime. You see, Nick Sanchez just right hooks Connor Daly, sends him spinning right up the racetrack hard into Spencer Boyd, and then drilled by the oncoming Luke Fenhouse. Daly and Fenhouse done for the night here. And IRP, especially Fenhouse, that 66 is destroyed. Caution is out with Majeski in the lead. And that will set up our first of the season for the Truck Series, NASCAR overtime. Here at IRP, Majeski and Riggs to front row, Eckes and Heim 3rd and 4th. We are green back underway, overtime. Here at IRP, can Lane Riggs pull off the upset and steal a playoff spot? Today, IRP on the outside lane. No, he cannot. A great restart from Majeski on the inside. He'll get clear out of turn 2. Majeski clear for the race lead, coming to the white flag. Riggs in 2nd. Eckes trying to make a move. One last shot in the 3 and 4. Not quite. Slides up into Corey Heim. Majeski pulling away as they come out of 4. Caution. The white flag, but the caution flag comes out before the white. And we will have overtime again here at IRP as we had a big crash involving Lawless Allen and many others in turn 3, the trouble turn here at IRP. Looks like the 77 Chase Purdy fighting Daniel Dye for a top 10 gets dumped, slams the outside wall, and then drilled by Timmy Hill, but behind is more trouble. You got Spencer Boyd going around, Fenhouse, obviously Fenhouse and all these guys are out, so they'll be fixing the final race results, but just for the sake of keeping the same roster, they're still in it. See, the 22 of Mason Maggios got sent by William Sawalich, slammed the outside wall, cleaned out Garcia and Taylor Gray, and more guys slamming Spencer Boyd. Brings out the yellow right before Majeski took the white flag. So now we actually had another caution. So now this is going to be overtime attempt number 3 here at IRP. A triple overtime here at IRP. Eckes on the outside lane. Riggs, we're back underway here at IRP. Just 2 to go in overtime number 3. Eckes clear for the lead to turn 1. Carruth into second. He beats Lane Riggs. Can Raja find a way to win and get into the playoffs and not have to worry about the points battle he's in the middle of, as Eckes though pulling away through 3 and 4. Carruth doesn't seem to have the same pace that Christian Eckes does. Now coming to the white flag this time. No wreck, no yellow. White flag, final lap. Presented by Credit One Bank at IRP. Next flag ends the race. Whether it be the caution or the checkered for Christian Eckes, looking to get his second win of the season. Down the backstretch now into 3 and 4 for the final time. He holds off Raja Carruth, who's going to run out of time to win. And Christian Eckes wins in overtime at IRP. Raja Carruth second, Lane Riggs third, Ben Rhodes fourth, Corey Heim was your top 5, then Crafton, Majeski, Ross Chastain, Daniel Dye, and Sammy Smith your top 10 here at IRP. As Christian Eckes gets his second win of the season, the 5th of his career here at IRP, holding off 3 drivers who had to win: Ben Rhodes, Lane Riggs, Raja Carruth. As you look at your final race results, Eckes gets it done in triple overtime after a wild race at IRP. He gets the win, as now he's going to be fighting Corey Heim for that top spot on the playoffs once we get into it in a few weeks. And of course, Raja Carruth, a huge points day for him, though, coming home in second with his top 2 competitors struggling. And then you got Lane Riggs in third, still going to be a must-win. Same for Ben Rhodes in fourth, even though they both had much-needed good runs. Then you had Corey Heim, a great top 5 effort. Thought he could Majeski, who absolutely choked it away on the second overtime, ends up dropping down to 7th. Good top 10 effort for Chastain and Sammy Smith coming down. Of course, you see Nick Sanchez ends up in 18th, and Grant Empfinger crashing out in 26th. This is one of the big stories. Empfinger trying to fight his way in, but Sanchez might have been close on points to him there. Empfinger's going to be below the cut line, I believe. And Crafton, also the top 10, is going to help his case on the points. As now we look at your updated playoff grid here. Heading into the regular season finale in 3 weeks at Richmond Raceway, Nick Sanchez and Raja Carruth hold the final 2 spots on points. Sanchez in by 29. Carruth with a huge day, in by 21. Because Grant Empfinger crashed out, he's now 21 points below the cut line going into Richmond. Crafton out by 28. Those are the only 2 who can point their way in from below heading into Richmond. Lane Riggs, Ben Rhodes, Tanner Gray, all those drivers down there are in must-win scenarios. So until next episode in 3 weeks for the regular season finale at Richmond, I hope you all have a good one.